All right, Ryan here, D.I.Y in 4D, and we're doing this beautiful 20-foot Calico Livestock trailer. That's us, D.I.Y in 4D. Thanks for liking, subscribing, and we're going to do an overhaul. We're going to do a complete refurbish on this Calico 1993. So there it was in Oklahoma City. My good cousin Craig, that's his house, and we purchased that from a good old, 80 cattle ranch there in Oklahoma City and drove it all the way back to California. And here's some of the shots of it on our ranch and what we're getting ready to do. Always a good idea to take a good that's what it looks like, or we've already sold it, so that's what it looks like afterwards. And that's a top to bottom, inside and out, complete metal restoration, complete oil-based paints, and I'll list all this stuff there in the description. So now we're getting into the good work here. We're going to power wash the whole unit and then let it air dry. So you pull those mats out, which were pretty disgusting, of course. So that's pee and poop. And fortunately, we had some rains to help us out in that as well. But here's a good look on the inside of what it looks like. Obviously, a lot of rust after 1993. And the boards, fortunately, the boards were in good shape. Didn't have to, except for pulling some of the old side rails. So these are your best friends. Rust-Oleum paint, Rust-Oleum metal rust dissolver is by far, I think, one of the best products out there. Here's some of the shots on the roof. Now, whenever you do a restoration project, it's always top down. Anytime you're doing something, I'll do a couple of videos in here to show you, the application process on the top. So you get a nice little long roller, and you're waiting until the middle of the day when you got the most heat to help dissolve a lot of this paint, or excuse me, the rust that's inside the metal there. So you're just applying it. We went through 2 coats, 2 treatments, top down, except for the real heavy cancer spots, which we'll get to. Those required 3. So it does a fantastic job, really. And I'll show you some photos of what it looks like before and what it looks like after. I think the best product, after the second coat, we went ahead and washed it again, but you could have went ahead and put your paint right on top of that second coat. It leaves actually a nice little light sticky film, which would help the paint as well when you're rolling that out. So that's just how, you go through all the way through. Every inch of that trailer received at least 2 treatments of it. So here's the before and after. What I really love about it is it's clearly eating away the rust. And so when you start top down, you're going to be able to add that product and work your way down, saving some money on that. And there's a couple shots of some heavier stuff, but you'll see the before. Here's the cancer shots, which you're going to see on most of your enclosed trailers, livestock, anytime where you got a seam on the build out. That's what you're going to get. Just heavier water condensation down in there, eats it away. Underneath as well. So you're going to be ended up possibly doing 3 treatments on those, and then we'll get to the JB Weld later. So one of the best products that I've used that I really love is actually from Ace. Their Rust Stop white paint is awesome. And it's $44 compared to the 60 or so for the Rust-Oleum. So, just unreal. 2 coats, went ahead and put a 3rd on top of the roof, and man, you couldn't see anything on there whatsoever. There is no rust. And so very, very pleased with Rust-Oleum and the Ace. So the heavier stuff. I'll put a shot, hopefully, of you want to get the premium metal type caulking for afterwards. So you're going to go through and really hit those spots after you've wire brushed it, really work the treatment, the rust dissolver, get to that metal as well and prep. Sometimes you got to grind around there to get some of that old paint off to get a good seal. So those are your tools right there that you're going to need on that second phase to get that cancer. And then you can come back through and get it to look like the way you want it prior to painting, which is your key part. Some things like, spray paint and some of the spots are key, especially underneath. But, you'll see these lines after we put 2 coats of that Rust-Oleum on that side. You never even saw that there was any cancer. Underneath as well, we're going to hit those underneath the fenders. I love this design on this Calico with the long rail all the way across. You can get up on top and look into the cattle, whatever you need to do, and also has an emergency hatch door. So that's what it looked like after. And I'll give another shot here. There's 2 more pictures coming up where you can really see that you're not going to catch anything on that cancer. I mean, this is a great shot underneath. And then also underneath what we showed you before prior to. So turned out great, quality paint and quality work will give you what you want towards the end there. That's what it looked like in my work zone. I have this little spot where I work zone. Then I'll move it over to our showcase spot where people come and take a look and want to buy. So, very thrilled with this top to bottom project and how it came out. You can get away with using a non-oil base on the inside. I'd go ahead and, pay the extra 20 or 30 bucks, and you're only going to have to do, here we had to run 2 coats of this heavy acrylic non-oil based paint versus running that Ace. I'd go with 1 coat on the inside. So that's the before and after. On this particular project, we did pretty well. We got our profit off of this one. This is an extremely well built one. When I go to look for livestock trailers, it's going to be, or an enclosed trailer, it's going to be something like this. Couple that bought it was a neat little, they have lots of livestock that they manage there up in Raleigh, California. And this is them just driving off. There goes that bad boy.
There she goes, cousin.
3 hours away.
Yep. Another happy customer.
I was thrilled to.
Yep. All the way from Oklahoma. Now it's going up to Raleigh. It's got 20.
They manage
cattle.
1,000 acres of cattle, so they'll be using that bad boy a lot. So. Good way to make a living if you like to enclosed trailers and livestock. If you like our channel, like this video and it helped you, please like and subscribe and comment. Take care, be safe out there, and